And Real Madrid's Vinicius Jr said LaLiga belongs to racists. That's in an Instagram post that he put up after he was subjected to racist chants at Valencia's ground. Now, the 22-year-old was dismissed for violent conduct after 97 minutes. That's his first red card as well of his career, I was reading. It's following an altercation that he had with Hugo Duro. European football expert Andy Brassel says that the response in Spain to Vinicius Jr being racially abused highlights why there is such a problem.
The thing is, I think both with this and with Javier Lozano, the journalist you're referring to, why do people who think that speaking down to people like this is the best way to approach it, that taking that sort of tone with people is not the way to win any sort of argument, apart from the fact that they are clearly wrong. I think they're underlining exactly why they're wrong and exactly why they don't get the issue by speaking to people who've been wronged with such incredible levels of contempt.
Yeah, it is massive contempt. The softest way of saying it is almost like whataboutery. Well, how come you didn't do this? So basically coming out and saying when he was supposed to attend a couple of meetings, he didn't attend them. Vinicius Jr actually came out after that and said that I am not the one to fix this. Like, this is something that the authorities must fix, and they have to do it because they are rapidly losing faith. And when somebody puts a statement like that, a LaLiga statement, a LaLiga president puts a statement out basically saying it's your fault, you should have turned up to our meetings, you didn't turn up, you need to look at your own behaviour before we start to talk about racism. The racism is at the heart of this. The racism is the problem. Everything else that filters off and spouts off beside it, around it, is not the problem right now, and it is really down to La Liga and the authorities to do something about this. The game in general, Carlo Ancelotti even came out and said the referee should have actually stopped that game. And I think for Vinicius Jr as well, sometimes you forget he's only 22. This is a hell of a lot for a 22-year-old to have to deal with, to not just be subjected to racist behaviour from fans within a football ground, but to also have to feel like he is the one essentially on his own almost fighting against this. 22 years old, and then to have the president of La Liga come out in such a pathetic manner and put a statement like that out. I just think, wow, they've got to, they have to have a look at themselves, Ali, before they point the blame at players who are the victims.
Of course they do. Is Valencia specifically bad for it? You know, you get areas within Europe that are particularly bad for it. I'm not sure Valencia is, but no, it's not on. It's scandalous, actually, to tell you the truth, particularly this day and age. I just don't get it. I really don't get it until they take action. I don't see it. You know, there's no real improvement. It's shocking. You think that league, which was until recently the big league in the world, and it's, you know, it can't behave itself. Really poor.
Very, very poor. And again, we feel like breaking records as well, because every time we have the conversation, the outcome is exactly the same. Everybody says, right, got to call for something to happen. Nothing happens. And things like this flare up once again. And it's the individual, and in this case, Vinicius Jr, that is having to deal with it.